Hola mis queridos, ¿cómo estás, mi amo Alicia? Hello my kittens, how are you? My name is Allison, and today we are playing Murder She Wrote Jeez, I was about to say Collector's Edition. I don't even know if there is a Collector's Edition for this game. Oh man. So today's gonna be a little bit different. Normally I would do an actual edit an ed- edited video. But just because this is such short notice, I didn't get a chance to do like a proper recording. Well, actually, this is a proper recording, but I didn't record ahead of time so that I could do the proper editing and whatnot. So you're going to be getting this full video, raw, unedited, um, excluding the sinking part, just because you don't really need to see that little bit. Anywho, welcome back to Murder She Wrote. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to be playing this game again. And I do have to admit that I did get to play books 4 and 5 during the past December, um, and that was when I decided to do a Christmas break because I knew that not only the family traditions and stuff would get to me, but I knew that trying to edit and record and upload videos would be just way too much. Trying to balance the two. I need to make sure there's enough balance in my life between my YouTube career, even though I don't really see an actual um, earnings off this. I mean, possibly sponsors, but I doubt that's gonna ever happen. Anywho, I did play books 4 and 5. Book 5 is is just it took me back. It took me by surprise. It shocked me, I should say. And it is not something that should be taken lightly. I mean, I gotta admit, all of these mysteries on Murder She Wrote should not be taken lightly. Just because these are murder cases. These are cases that an author, no less. She's not a licensed detective. She's an amateur detective. She's an author that is solving mysteries, and the police actually depend on her for help, which is actually really nice. She is our realistic Nancy Drew, which I super love. I super love. This is what Nancy Drew would be like if she was an author. uh, anyway, let's go ahead, and I do want to point out that these are the 3 books that I played. You will notice that the best times on these are pretty short, and that is because I skipped the entire dialogue parts. This one is a little bit longer because I did have to skip one certain puzzle that was just too frustrating for me. Uh, Alright, so the next book we're going to be playing is Secrets and Ashes. I am going to let you all know that if you want to watch me play books 1, 2, and 3, A Deadly Catch, Murder in the Maples, A Garden to Die For. I really love these titles. They're so catchy and have a little hint of death to it. That's actually what I love about creative minds, and this is actually what my intention for some of my books that I intend to publish. Anywho, sorry, those. That's me clapping my hands. Anywho, if you want to watch any of those 3 books that I played, you can actually look up the playlists for each specific book. In fact, I think there's a section on my channel on the home page actually where that's dedicated just to Murder She Wrote. It'll have all 3 playlists for you. And let's just go ahead and I gotta admit, I know I'm talking quite a bit already. We're at like close to 6 minutes, or really 5.5 minutes. But I really like what they did with the art here. Secrets and Ashes. Oh, I remember the story for this. Oh my gosh, this one is weird. But I gotta let you all know though, situations like this are realistic. Situations like this do happen. And with that, let's go ahead and get into the game.
Next item on the agenda, the purchase of the Gander property next door. Now, Vern Gander is here with us today. Vern?
Thanks, Jim. As you know, my sister Susan, who owned the house next door, has been missing for 2 years now. Recently, a judge declared her legally dead, meaning that the property is passed to me. I know that the library has been looking to expand its children's section.
Vern has offered to sell us the property for substantially less than its assessed value. The plan would be to demolish the house to make way for a new children's wing.
I think it's a wonderful opportunity you've offered us, Vern.
Thank you, Jessica. I know it's what she would have wanted.
Any further comments from the board before we take a vote?
I
still
do.
think that the money would be better spent on a new roof.
Let's take a vote. All in favor of purchasing the Gander property?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
The motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Gander.
Jessica, may I have a word?
Of course.
Look, it's no secret that my sister and I did not get along. Still, I'd give anything to know what happened to her. I know the answer's in a house somewhere, but I'm running out of time before the place is demolished. I was hoping you could help.
All right, Vern. I'll take a look around, but I'm not making any promises about finding any answers.
I understand. Oh, by the way, Susan used to talk about some treasure she had hidden in her house. I chalked it up to her paranoid delusions, but you might want to keep that in mind.
Well, I'll do my best. I'll probably do some background research on her disappearance first.
Yep,
Thanks. Feel free to drop by my hardware store if you come up with anything.
will do. And I do have to admit, before we start actually playing, there is one thing that I forgot to mention, and it's that Murder, She Wrote is an actual TV show, and that I don't know which company. I probably should pull out the book, but there is a company that actually did publish books with the name Jessica Fletcher with as the author, which is hilarious. I wonder, and I'm fairly certain, but I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain that the ghostwriters under the name Jessica Fletcher got credit for writing them, just because it's obvious that Jessica Fletcher is a fictional author, so gotta give credit to whoever wrote it, right? Unlike Nancy Drew, where no one knew Carolyn Keene was a fake author until, someone was claiming they were the real author, and in actuality it was someone else. But it wasn't an actual Carolyn Keene, it was someone else. Anyway, Murder, She Wrote is an actual TV show, and a lot of these voices are going to sound a lot like the actors themselves who play the characters in the show. And I did look it up when I first played it, because seriously, I thought they were the same actors, but it's not. The actors who are playing in the game decided to take on the likeness of the voices rather than, making up their own voices for the characters, which I actually really do appreciate. Thank you so much, voice actors who are in the Murder, She Wrote game. I appreciate that. I would not have enjoyed this game as much as I would have, as much as I am.
Did you know Susan Gander, Mrs. F?
Not really. We were scarcely acquaintances.
Then maybe we should take a moment to see what we can find out about her here in the library.
They have some archived copies
Library.
of the Cove Independent, but their filing system is atrocious. It may take a little time to find the reels.
We better get started then.
All right. And of course, what I really like is the keyboard system here. It's kind of like filling in the words. You don't have to find all of the letters, but certainly helps. This here is a little extra hint in case this is running too slow for you. I actually really do like the old-fashioned typewriter here that's on the side. I think it's clever. Um, Genie lamp. And it looks like we are picking up reels. Was that a CD reel or? They look like records. They look like CD records to me. Alright. What is this supposed to open? Unlock glass case. Okay. One lock down, one more to go. Okay, so there's a gold key somewhere. I do have to admit, this whole thing about the house being donated to the library is suspicious. AF. Oh, there's the other key. Ayo. I just think it's weird. Would the deceased, or supposed deceased, really want this to happen? Insulated flask. Where's the insulated flask? And there's another reel somewhere. There's the reel. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Oh dear, the microfiche machine seems to be on the fritz again. If I can put together this headline, I bet I can retrieve the right article. Oh, they were microfiche reels. Got it. Okay. Yeah, so if you're not familiar with microfiche, they're like this little tiny, I don't know how to fully describe it, but, well, let's do this property, development planned. Whoops. Residential property development planned. Interesting. It looks like big plans were in place to build on Susan's land. I wonder why the sale of her house didn't go through. Yeah, so microfiche is like this tiny little thread of like mini pictures with an outline of like little holes on both sides of it, of the mini pictures. And the microfiche is like it's usually a black dark brown color, and you have to put it under a microscope in order to look at it. You can't use an actual light bulb to look at it. Using a light bulb would actually ruin it. You have to look at it through a microscope, or as we're using a certain computer that can do the microscoping for you. And people are able to actually take pictures of said microfiche underneath the microscope and put it into the computer for not just analysis, but also for data. Let's see, library goes here. Benefactor declared missing. Susan's disappearance must have been especially hard for Vern. Imagine not knowing what really happened to your own sister. Yeah, this is what really makes me suspicious of what's going on. Just because if the judge declares them a person dead, which does happen often if a person is missing, I think for more than 4 or 6 months, if I am correct. Although some people are too determined in believing that the person is still alive, and they want to find them as not as soon as possible, but as long as it takes, I should say. And it's kind of sad when that's the case, because you don't know patron. The library patron. Whoops. I was supposed to go there. Makes sizable donation. I had forgotten how much Susan loved the library. She donated quite a bit of money over the years. Jeez, there's a lot of microfiche to go through. I think this is the last one, though. Let's see. Announcement. Or announce. Philanthropist. Couple? Announce engagement. Oh, so she was engaged. I had forgotten that Morris was engaged to Susan. That poor man. No wonder he's so disagreeable all the time. Yeah, so the reason why I find this so suspicious is that, well, I don't know why I didn't click on that. I knew that was a flask. Some people call that a flask, some people don't.
I do that a lot myself.
Hello, Morris. We found your engagement announcement in the archives.
Yes, Susan and I were planning to get married. We met here at the library, and we got along very well. Not a day goes by that I don't miss her.
When did you learn she was missing?
Right after her brother Vern filed the missing persons report.
I'm sorry, what?
It must be very difficult for you, not knowing what happened to her.
Indeed, it has been. But, as they say, life goes on.
Vern gave me the keys to Susan's house to have a look around. I'm going to head over there now.
Hang on. Okay. Alright, sorry. There was a notification that popped up. I wanted to get rid of it because it was going to annoy me to heck. Okay, so I do want to speak about something real quick before we go to Susan's house, because what really lights the suspicious bulb in my head about this case is that when someone is declared dead, normally the person who is dead, whether declared dead or not, they have a will, and if not, the government does their own thing of what to do with their things, their possessions. The responsibility doesn't fall to the next kin of relationship of the deceased person's relationship. Although I think that might be the case in some certain situations, but normally it's the government that figures out what should happen with the deceased person's possessions, not just with their physical possessions, but monetary possessions, as well as certain things. I don't really know the full details of it, but another thing is that if they do have a will, you need to follow the directions of that will, the instructions of that will to the T. Otherwise, you might get in trouble. You will get in trouble. Oi. And it's actually kind of frustrating that they never mentioned that Susan had a will. Why did they never mention if she had a will or not? And if she does have a will, why are they not obeying it? I guess they do mention it at some point in this book, and I just don't remember. I guess we'll find out. I think we're going to do one more puzzle after this, and then I'm going to stop because I have something going on with in 15 minutes.
It's a shame that a house as beautiful as this was allowed to fall into such disrepair.
Yeah.
Well, first things first. Let's try and shed some light on things.
Literally, it's dark in here. By the way, there is a bit of a lag. It looks like there was a grand light fixture to illuminate the living room. Let me look for the missing pieces. Um... Come on. There we go. Now we can look for the letters. I think that's all of it. No, we're missing the I. Well, that's going to be... Oh, nope, there it is. And I know scissors is one of them. Okay. Ooh, Eiffel Tower. That shouldn't be hard to find, right? Yeah, it's right there. Crescent moon. What a beautiful fireplace. It's too bad that it's been bricked up. I wonder what happened to the missing tiles above it. Oh, it is bricked up. I never did understand what she meant by that, but now I can see the bricking up part of it. I wonder why that is the case. Okay, so radio. There's the radio. Do 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 do. Boom, boom, boom. There's the ashtray. Susan must have been a smoker, but there are two types of cigarette butts here, Westminster and another type that I can't make out. Most likely we're going to be finding out what that second type is. What the heck was that? Wait, we're supposed to find a cow? And there's the cow. There's the hand broom. Elephant. Horse. Teapot. That should have been the first thing I found. It's right there. Alright, let's examine these books. Ah! So you can use the hints right here. I know I'm treating this like it's the first thing, like it's the first book of the game. But I basically am, just because it's been such a long time since we played the game. It's a pretty simple puzzle. List of house contents made for Susan Gander. Compiled by Chris Lamar. What? This looks like an inventory list of the house's contents. It was made by Chris Lamar, who runs the antique shop next door. Antique shop. I really don't like that people are calling it antique shop. I learned myself from Nancy Drew, game number 3, Message in the Haunted Mansion, that it's not called antique shop.
Chris's antique shop is right next door. I think I'll drop by and see what he knows about this inventory list.
Yeah, so there is a little bit of a lag when there is a cutscene and there's talking amongst more than one character, more than 2 characters, really. And I'm sure you've noticed already. I just wanted to bring that up because I know it's going to happen a lot. And when that happens, I am going to try to make sure it's not entirely noticeable. Anyway, I do got to get going, everyone. Let me know what you think of the game so far. I know this is book 4, but it's been like, what, 8 months since we played the game. I just wanted to give you all a refresher of how to play the game and what's been going on with the story. This is book 4, of course, so this is like a new case for us, a new story. I think it's a really interesting story so far. I think there are a few flaws, but we'll see if those flaws will be remedied later in the case. So, we can actually, I think in the next video, I'll read the chapter notes to get us caught up with what's going on. And you know what? That's actually a great idea. So, I'm going to go ahead and head out. And, oh, I almost forgot to mention this little music ditty you hear in the main menu is actually the theme music from the show. Oh my gosh, I freaking love it. They thought of everything. Oh, thank you. Thank you, company who made this game. And I will give them credits where credit is due and put them in the description box below, as well as a direct link to where you can find the game yourself. And I believe there's a sequel to the game as well, and I intend on playing that game on the channel. I just need to find a way to buy it. Because I don't think I know it's difficult to find to buy. Actually, no. Murder She Wrote 2 was easy to find to buy. It was this specific game that was hard to find to buy. I was like, wait, where am I supposed to find this? How do I find this? Where do I buy it? And when I found it, I'm like, oh my gosh, what a relief. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I gotta get going, everyone. I love you all so much, my beautiful kittens and viewers. I hope I helped you out at least a little bit in this video. If not, I'm not doing my job. I hope you all enjoyed this video as well. If so, smash that like button like a kitten would. And if you're just now tuning into this channel and you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that ugly red subscribe button, make it that beautiful gray, as well as that bell icon right next to it. That'll notify you of all the videos that I do, which are on Wednesdays and Sundays. Wednesdays 6 p.m. and Sundays 4:30 p.m. I am Sweet Rascally Rabbit saying goodbye. Stay awesome and stay on YouTube. By the way, if you heard any loud clicks within the video, that was my headset. I was muting the mic on my headset. I actually have a mic built into my headset, which is really awesome. I love it.